We were the original latchkey kids. Growing up in the 70s and 80s meant coming home to an empty house after school. Our parents were at work. We were left to our own devices. This experience made us independent and resourceful. We learned to entertain ourselves. We also witnessed the birth of MTV. Music videos changed the way we consumed music. We could see our favorite bands. It was a visual and sonic revolution. We were glued to the screen, mesmerized by the new art form. MTV wasn't just about the music, it was a cultural phenomenon. It shaped our fashion sense, it influenced our language, it defined a generation. We were there from the beginning, watching it all unfold. The early days of cable television were a wild west of programming. There were music videos, sure, but there were also strange, low-budget shows that filled the time. We watched it all with a sense of wonder and amusement. Saturday mornings were sacred. We would wake up early, pour ourselves a bowl of sugary cereal, and park ourselves in front of the television. The cartoons of the 80s were different. They were weird, wacky, and wonderful. He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe. These were more than just cartoons. They were our companions, our role models, our escape from reality. We would spend hours lost in these animated worlds. Of course, no Saturday morning cartoon marathon would be complete without a bowl or two of sugary cereal. We're talking about the classics here. Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch. The combination of sugar and cartoons was a recipe for a perfect Saturday morning. It was a time for pure, unadulterated fun. A time before the internet, before cell phones, before the world got complicated. Arcades were our playground. These dimly lit spaces filled with the sounds of beeps, boops, and digitized explosions were our refuge. We would spend hours feeding quarters into Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and Galaga. The competition was fierce. We would challenge our friends to high-score battles. Bragging rights were at stake. These games were more than just a way to kill time. They were tests of skill, reflexes, and strategy. But it wasn't just about the competition. Arcades were social spaces. They were where we met our friends. They were where we hung out after school. They were a place where we could be ourselves, surrounded by others who shared our passion for gaming. The golden age of arcade games may be over, but the memories live on. The thrill of the high score, the camaraderie of the arcade, the sheer joy of playing, these are things that stay with you long after the last quarter has been spent. Section 4. Mixtapes and Walkmans, the soundtrack of our lives. Music was everything to us. It was the heartbeat of our daily lives, the rhythm that guided us through our highs and lows. It was our escape, our solace, our voice. In those moments, with our headphones on, we were transported to another world. And the Walkman was our constant companion. It was more than just a device, it was a gateway to our personal soundscape. This revolutionary device allowed us to take our music with us wherever we went. Whether we were walking to school or hanging out with friends, the Walkman was always by our side. We were no longer tethered to our home stereos. The freedom to carry our favorite tunes with us was exhilarating. We would spend hours carefully crafting the perfect mixtape. Each tape was a labor of love, a curated collection of our favorite songs. Each song was a carefully chosen statement, a reflection of our mood, our thoughts, and our feelings at that moment, a reflection of our mood, our crush, or our dreams. The mixtape was a personal narrative told through music, our crush, or our dreams. It was a way to express what words often couldn't capture. Giving someone a mixtape was the ultimate act of love, or at least like. It was a gesture that said, "I understand you." The mixtape was more than just a collection of songs. It was a tangible expression of our emotions, a piece of our soul shared with another. It was a tangible expression of our emotions. Each tape was unique, a one-of-a-kind creation that held a special place in our hearts. It was a way to connect with others on a deeper level. Sharing a mixtape was like sharing a piece of ourselves. It was a form of art. The cover, the track list, the order of the songs, everything was meticulously planned. The hiss of the tape, the imperfections, the little quirks, they all added to the charm. The click of the rewind button, the anticipation as we waited for our favorite song to play again. The way the music sounded slightly muffled through the headphones. These were all part of the experience. Each element added to the magic. These were all part of the experience. Music defined our youth. It was the backdrop to our memories, the soundtrack to our lives. It was the soundtrack to our lives. Every moment, every memory was intertwined with the music we loved. And the Walkman and the mixtape were the tools that allowed us to experience music in a whole new way. They were the vessels that carried our emotions, our stories, and our dreams. Section 5, School Days, Trapper Keepers, and Hypercolor T-shirts. School in the 80s was a different world. We rocked acid-wash jeans. We wore hypercolor T-shirts that changed color with our body heat. And of course, no self-respecting student would be caught dead without their Trapper Keeper. These weren't just school supplies, they were status symbols. The more folders, the cooler you were. It was all about expressing our individuality, even within the confines of the school dress code. Remember passing notes in class, doodling in the margins of our notebooks, sneaking a peek at our crush during a pop quiz? School was about more than just academics, it was about socializing, exploring our identities, and figuring out who we were. We learned to navigate the social hierarchy of the school cafeteria. We experienced the thrill of our first school dance. We endured the awkwardness of puberty. These were the formative years, the ones that shaped us into the people we are today. Section 6, the rise of the home computer. The home computer was a technological marvel, a symbol of innovation and progress. We remember the excitement of getting our first Commodore 64 or Atari. It was a moment of pure joy and anticipation. Suddenly, we had access to a whole new world of information, entertainment, and creativity. It was like opening a door to endless possibilities. We taught ourselves to code, learning the basics of programming and problem solving. We played games with names like Zork and Oregon Trail, immersing ourselves in their simple yet captivating worlds. The graphics were primitive by today's standards. The games were simple, yet they sparked our imaginations. But to us it was like magic. Each pixel, each beep, was a step into a new adventure. We were pioneers, exploring this new digital frontier with curiosity and wonder. The home computer wasn't just a device, it was a gateway to a new era. It was a portal to a world of possibilities where creativity and innovation knew no bounds. It also changed the way we communicated, bringing us closer together in ways we never imagined. We discovered the joys of dial-up modems and bulletin board systems, connecting with others in a whole new way. We could connect with people from all over the world, sharing our thoughts and ideas, building a global community. It was the precursor to the internet, a glimpse of the interconnected future to come, laying the foundation for the digital age. The home computer revolutionized our lives in countless ways. It changed the way we learned, the way we played, and the way we connected with each other, creating lasting memories. It was the start of something big, something that would transform the world as we knew it, paving the way for the future. Section 7. Gen X, forever young at heart. Growing up as a Gen Xer was unique. We were the generation that played outside until the streetlights came on, riding our bikes through neighborhoods without a care in the world. We were the bridge between the analog and digital ages. From rotary phones to the first digital gadgets, we saw it all. We witnessed the birth of cable television, a revolution that brought the world into our living rooms. The rise of personal computers, which transformed how we learned and played. And the dawn of the internet, connecting us in ways we never imagined. We are shaped by these experiences, molded by the rapid changes in technology and culture. We are the latchkey kids who learn to be independent, often taking care of ourselves after school. We are the MTV generation who embrace change and innovation, always looking for the next big thing. We are the children of the 80s, a decade of bold fashion choices, iconic music, and unforgettable movies. A time when leg warmers and neon clothes were the height of fashion, and rock bands ruled the airwaves. But most importantly, we are the generation that never lost its sense of wonder, always curious and eager to explore. We still remember the thrill of playing Pac-Man in a crowded arcade, the excitement of high scores and friendly competition. We still get nostalgic for the sound of a cassette tape clicking into a Walkman, the music that defined our youth. We still believe in the power of music to change the world, just as it changed ours. Gen X may be getting older, but our spirit remains youthful and vibrant. We'll never truly grow up, always finding joy in the activities that made our childhood special. We're still the same kids at heart, the ones who grew up in a time of change and possibility. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Our memories, our experiences, they define us. Forever young at heart, we are Gen X.